The Justice League DC Comics legendary team of superheroes has stood for decades as a symbol of unity, power, and hope. With founding members like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman at the helm, in many ways, the origins of every Justice League split come down to one essential tension. How do supremely powerful individuals agree on what is best for the world? When their approaches differ and stakes are high, governments and international authorities consider the story of identity crisis, in which hidden secrets among members are revealed years before. Some heroes wipe the memories of both villains and at times fellow teammates to protect their personal lives. The fallout reveals deep fault lines of trust, and when the world needs them most, find a new reason to unite. The League's cycle of split and reunion isn't a sign of failure, evidence that even the greatest heroes must struggle to find common ground. Some members believe such actions are justified to protect their loved ones and the greater good. Disagreements, betrayal, political pressures, and personal trials all play their part. But just as often, these breaks forge stronger foundations. For if the Justice League teaches us anything, it's that unity isn't about never disagreeing, but about coming back together, stronger and wiser, when it counts the most. Others see it as an unforgivable violation of autonomy and moral code. When trust is shaken at that fundamental level, the League finds itself unable to continue as a single, united front. Wary of unchecked power, have at times demanded oversight. The League constantly faces galactic-level, crisis alien invasions, multiversal threats, or cosmic disasters. When the pressure mounts, some heroes prioritize Earth above all, while others advocate for a broader, universal perspective. Sometimes the only way to carry on is to split into factions according to these priorities, forming temporary teams with more focused goals. The rise of offshoots like Justice League Dark or Justice League Europe reflects not only logistical necessity, but philosophical divergence over what the League's true mission should be, resulting in the United Nations formation of the Justice League International. With members balancing heroics and humanity, real-world struggles inevitably bleed into League dynamics. Batman's personal crusade against crime, Wonder Woman's diplomatic duties, Aquaman's obligations to Atlantis siege brings conflicting priorities and commitments. The strain of trying to be everywhere for everyone can wear even the mightiest down. Members might step back to address personal crises, contributing to periods of League disbandment or reformation. With the League suddenly subject to bureaucracy and global politics, members splintered over questions of sovereignty and responsibility. Should superhumans be accountable only to themselves, or must they answer to a higher authority? These questions touched on personal ethics, national loyalties, and the very nature of heroism. The very principles that brought them together can threaten to tear them apart. The League was formed not just to defend the world against threats too great for any one hero to face. Superman, powered by near-limitless abilities, is often seen as the paragon of hope and trust, advocating for transparency and cooperation with the public. In this story, Batman develops detailed files on every other member's weaknesses, just in case any of them were to turn rogue. These contingency plans are eventually stolen by a villain and used to defeat the League. The revelation that Batman, one of their own, is prepared for the possibility of fighting his teammates shatters trust at the heart of the group. While Batman's intentions were to safeguard the world, his secrecy and lack of trust created an irreparable rift, prompting his temporary departure and sparking wider debates about leadership and loyalty. Batman, by contrast, operates from the shadows, driven by distrust, trauma, and meticulous caution. His belief in control, preparation, and secrecy can clash harshly with Superman's trust in society. When issues of surveillance, intervention, and control arise, these differing approaches breed conflict. But to inspire collaboration in the face of overwhelming odds. But, as with any organization made up of strong personalities and conflicting ideals, the League has found itself fractured more than once. So why did the Justice League split up? To understand the League's divisions, we have to look at the complex web of motivations, challenges, and philosophical differences facing its members. The earliest and most iconic split in the Justice League narrative revolves around philosophical disagreements between leaders, especially between Batman and Superman. One classic example comes from the famous Tower of Babel storyline. But it isn't only personality differences. The Justice League has faced external political pressures as well. The League has also faced the challenge of facing down threats that test their very identities. Add to this the existential threats endemic to the DC universe. Personal lives also invade the professional. Yet each time the Justice League splits, something remarkable happens. Through division comes reflection and renewal. Heroes reassess their values, repair trust in the end. The Justice League splits up not from lack of strength, but from the burden of their power and the gravity of their ideals.